What's up everyone, welcome back. And was only about 2 weeks ago we did a whole guide on how to get the YouTube app working again on these old iPads. Now, what if I was to tell you there's now even better method? The workaround before wasn't perfect and there was sign-in issues, there was playback issues in some instances. Even though we managed to work around that, some people were still having some problems, and also there was a lot of issues in terms of the actual statistics on the videos. It was, for example, saying it was from like 56 years ago, which is crazy. But what if I could tell you that is now all sorted with a different method, and you can even sign in to your YouTube? So first thing we're going to do is, beforehand we were using the TubeRepacer repo. So what you want to do is you want to go into Cydia and you're going to want to completely remove that IPA. So when you go into Cydia and you go into your sources tab, you're going to, you always get this pop-up come up here as well. But come on, let me get it. There you go. So some of you will have the TubeRepacer in this one here, which is the bag.xmls repo, and some of you might have it in the Skyglow Cydia repo, but mine was in here. But you want to go into there, all packages, find it. There will be a green tick when it's just like that one there. I've uninstalled it already. I set this up to work, but go on TubeRepacer and click the top modify in the corner and click remove, and you will then have to restart your springboard. The next part you want to do then to get started on the next part is you're going to need to sideload the application of YouTube again, but it will only work from YouTube 1.0.0 and 1.3.0. So that's the versions that you're going to need, and this new method will work from iOS 5 all the way to iOS 9, and this is 9.3.5, this iPad mini, and it's working absolutely fine. Well, great actually, a lot better than the other method. And so iPad 1s will be able to take advantage of this new way, and it's very, very new. It only came out a couple of days ago, which is fantastic from me filming this. So guys, when you're sideloading, you're going to want to find the IPA. If you can just go on archive.org and you will be able to find the official YouTube archives of the IPA. I'm using 1.3.0 on here. I'll be honest with you, make sure when you go on the archive one that when you're searching and you actually go on the actual Google archives, that's the only ones I could get the IPAs to probably work. The other ones there was just crashing going on with the YouTube app, but I managed to do it by removing the IPA and downloading one of those ones. So yeah, just make sure it's from there. I just think maybe the other ones were corrupt as such. It was kind of working in some aspects, but even when I clicked the search bar, it was completely crashing. So, however, we move on. So the YouTube app here is 1.3.0. So you're going to go onto the archive.org and download the 1.3.0 IPA. If you're on the original iPads, probably the 1.0.0 might be the best option for you. But just play around with them and see what the highest one that you can sideload on is. And well, if it works and it's great. If it doesn't, try the next one down. But yeah, so you then sideload it on just like we did in the last method. This time we do not have to change any of the versions, so it's much simpler. You can just drag the IPA into Sideloadly, use your Apple ID, etc., plug it into the computer and sideload the app on. It will then appear here. Before you can even click it or even think about it, you then need to go onto your settings, and then you will go down to general here and to device profile and device management, and you will then click your Apple ID and click trust, and that will then trust that YouTube app that you've just sideloaded on. So again, before it will work, it will still not work and it will still crash at that stage. you are then going to want to get this repo here. So it's called preloadings repo, which is cydia.preloading.dev. Download that one and hit. So you hit the edit, and then as you hit edit up here, add source, add that source into the bottom and go add source, and it will start dragging through the packages. Once you're here, you go into preloading, go to all packages, and there it is there. It's called TubeReplacer. So install that. And the great thing about this one, unlike the Tube Repair, is on Tube Repair, you had to go through onto the settings here and put a unique URL, which basically dragged it through. And some of the problems that people had is that some of the videos with auto dubbing would play in Spanish, which of course can be annoying. But as you can see here, everything is already pre-filled. I've had no problem at all with any auto dubbing whatsoever on this particular one. It's been an absolute godsend. And the fact that it also works this simply, it just as soon as you do that, you don't have to do anything in settings. As soon as you download that repo, you have to go in settings. You can go in here. Look, I am signed in. I have my subscriptions. You can see all of the bits here, and look, we just click a random video. I don't actually know what it is, but we'll just click this random video, and it will play. How great is that? And also, if I just click myself, the search works. You can use the search bar. You can play from your subscriptions feeds here. Yep. See, all works. And the good thing is that the only thing that doesn't work is the live section. There is a section on the so you're in the settings and you click on the app. If you go to the bottom, there is one where it says lives work, make lives work, but it's in beta. That is in beta at the moment, so it may not still fully be functional, but you can do it in the settings on here. Let's just see. I'll show you here. So if you go Tube Repair and you scroll all the way to the bottom here, there's a thing there that says show live content. What I did find is that what the recommended is to turn this to adaptive, and it will go up to kind of 1080p. However, when I selected that on this particular iPad, it kept coming back with playback errors on YouTube. So I was unable to use it. So I've just swapped it back for 3060p. At the end of the day, on this screen, you don't really see much of the difference. It works. You can sign in. Search works. My videos don't start playing in Spanish, which is strange. And I've also, this is the iPod Touch that in the last video you would have seen that I purchased as well. I've also got it on here. Same way, did it exactly the same way. No other different apps whatsoever. And there you go. Let's see. It's all here, and it's all playing videos as well. So there you go. Guys, I have done more videos on this iPod Touch moving forward. We've jailbroke this one. I did a whole video on the different methods to jailbreak all the iPod Touches, that going through the software, etc. But that's jailbroken. We've got YouTube on that. This is jailbroken. We've got YouTube on this iPad mini, first generation. We've got so much more to come. You can see a stack of iPads right here. Lots of Gen 1s there as well. We're going to be turning some of them into screens, monitors, photo frames with actual harvester screens, and turn it into a proper working photo frame with USB integration as well. So keep an eye out for those videos, guys. We have a lot to come. We are covering a lot. So guys, make sure that you do like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are interested in this kind of content. And guys, if you want to support the channel, then do consider going and looking at the merchandise. The Tech Talk Dad collection is there for you to go and grab. And if you want to support it even further, then do consider becoming a member to the channel and hitting that join button. Come and join the family and get perks along the way, like early access to videos. And there will be a lot more down the line as well as we grow our collection. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch everyone in the next one.